Woo! Welcome back
to Grace and Cait Get Caked.
Cait. Today we're doing a full look for you. We are going Grace and Cait barefaced.
Oh my God. Please
Pray for us.
pray for us. Be easy on us. We are terrified to do
Be
this.
cool.
Be kind. Be kind. We're going to start out completely barefaced and show you our everyday. Like, this is what I get up in the morning every day, go to work. This is our look.
Yep.
So,
And we're going full for you and heavy.
exactly. We're going to start off with, what moisturizers we use, primers, foundations, the whole nine. So our full, tutorial on our everyday look.
Yep. So stay tuned. Bye. So we're Cait and Grace barefaced right now. My God.
I know.
But what are you gonna do? So we obviously have nothing on our faces, and we are gonna, show you what it's like to get ready with Cait and Grace.
Yeah. So this, like the intro said, this is super what we do every morning. So this is naked as the day we were born.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Yep. And we got our nice little makeup little headbands here. We got them from Ulta.
We're real influencers now.
Yeah, we love them.
All right. So I start off usually with the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Cream.
Okay.
And this is the one for extra dry skin with the hyaluronic acid. So I have dry skin, and it's November here in Pennsylvania, and I get super dry, disgusting dry.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm a little bit more oily, so I don't want to put any more moisturizer on. I do use Clinique, but right now I'm just going to put a little bit of my Wander Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil.
ooh, she's fancy.
Because I don't want to be too oily for it. I just use a little bit. It does have a little bit of a highlight in it, a little glow.
And if you watch, so I started recently watching Mixed Beauty. Her name is Susan Yara, and she is an esthetician, like a professional, skincare person. And I watched a lot of her videos, and she always talks about how important it is to apply things to your face the right way. So I always go from in, out, and up, right? Because gravity is working against us. It's going to pull your face down. We're old, so you want to pull everything up when you moisturize and when you apply your products. That's super important.
Important. It's important.
It is important.
It really
It's important. So you want to just try to work everything up and into your hairline, and don't forget to moisturize your neck. It's really important to moisturize your neck and your chins.
It's also important to press in, is what I've always been told. So I press it in all over. Also, just like Cait said, I press in and go out, just to get it all in there really well.
All right. So then next, sometimes I go in with, I got this in a Sephora, you know how you get your VIB points or whatever. So for now, because it's wintertime, I'm extra dry. I just do a little bit of their Biossance Squalene Vitamin C and Rose Oil Serum. And I'll just rub that in. I really like the way that it helps my dry skin look nice under makeup, because I wear mattes, so it makes me look drier anyway. So I'll really kind of focus that around under my eyes. And it's important when you do anything around your eyes, you use your ring finger or your middle finger. Those are your softest fingers. So when you work around your eyes, always use ring finger or middle finger.
I'm going to go in next with my primer. And we posted about this on the page. I use MAC Prep and Prime. I didn't think there was more than one color, but I believe there is more of a yellow color. I use the Radiant Pink. I just really find for me, it's been one of my favorite primers. I use 3 pumps of it in my hand, and then I warm it up.
Exactly.
And I do the exact same thing like how Cait was saying with your face routine. I just kind of put it in and then go out.
Exactly. And for my primer, I use the NYX No Filter Blurring Primer. I don't know if you can see that.
I'm sure they can.
I used to wear a lot of the Benefit Professional, and then someone at Ulta suggested I try this, and I have been really liking it. Same thing as Grace. I put it on my hand, I warm it up, and then I go right in. Really focusing on the areas that I'm trying to hide, which for me is my forehead, because I have a vicious forehead wrinkle. And then right here where my pores are a little bit bigger. So I really try to focus on these target areas.
Oh, I love putting primer on.
Me too. It's the best.
It makes me feel so good and soft and ready.
All right, go ahead. What are you gonna go into?
Now, for me, real quick, before I put my foundation on, is I put on, again, my favorite Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme. I know you can't see it, but now you can. Because the hand's behind it. And I put that on because I don't like to have foundation on my lips. I don't keep it on after. Everybody's different. For me, I feel like it makes a little like white line around. Yes. So I don't. So I put that on so it's easier to wipe it off when the foundation does get on there.
Perfect. All right, foundation.
Now, foundation, I'm using the Lancome Teint Idol Ultra Wear in the color 335 Bisque C. It's a cool color. For me, it doesn't look good to have yellow undertones, so this is more of like the darker, cooler undertone.
I love that. And I use Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade 2W1 Dawn. This is like my go-to, and I'm running out, so don't judge me. This is what I've been doing.
I learned something pretty cool from Cait. I was always just using my beauty blender, and she was like, you know, she used a brush. And then she does a beauty blender after, because the beauty blender soaks up so much product. And it's true. It's changed everything. Like, I use 4 pumps because, let's be real, we like to cake.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't waste as much product to use the brush first and the beauty blender after.
And this brush is the IT Cosmetics foundation brush. There's no like name or number or anything, but that is what this product is. So again, just kind of like starting from the middle and pulling out and pulling up. Always want to pull up. And make sure you get into your hairline. Thank God for this little moment we're having right now, so we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But it's super important. The way that you pull at your face is going to affect your face, maybe not today or tomorrow, but it'll affect your face in the long run when you are drooping to the gods. So you really want to try to pull up as much as you can. And then not forget to blend down your neck.
Don't forget the neck. We've all been there.
Oh my God. I was there for years.
Oh. And you know what? I must have not had good friends because no one
tells you. No one tells you.
And then you see it and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Girl.
That's a mess. You know that's a mess. That's a mess.
That is a mess.
And then you see pictures of yourself and you're like, why did no one tell me?
Delete.
Exactly.
And it's the one that everybody posts that's like the most like, you know, unbelievable makeup line. Yeah.
Disgusting.
So I'm using the IT brush from Ulta. It's just the foundation brush. It has like a bunch of numbers on it. But I got it just literally because it was cute.
I know, that's right,
girl. It was pink and it came with a pink bracelet that I gave to my daughter. So.
And she loved it. She was
loved
so happy.
It.
All right, so we are, I don't know if you could tell, but these are super full coverage foundations. We are full coverage girls. So I'm just going to go back in. Once I do one kind of like go through with the brush, I look really closely to see what areas maybe I need a little bit more in. And I usually focus right around this area. I don't worry as much about right under my eyes because I put concealer there. Mm-hmm. So really, I just try to focus on my forehead, around here, down my chin, and on like the bottom half of my face.
Yeah, and you know, I also, I don't have eyebrows, so my eyebrows are microbladed on. And I love them microbladed on. The foundation gets all over top of them, but I go through with a Q-tip then. Q-tips are like my best friend, and I just wipe it all off.
Yeah. I don't, mine are not microbladed. That's why I look like I don't have any.
But you know what? I really think that, like, even if you don't have microbladed eyebrows, like you said, like going back in and filling them out.
Absolutely. That's a game changer.
Yeah, that's key.
Exactly.
So we're going back in with our beauty blender.
A damp beauty blender.
Yep.
And I read that you should always use warm water, not super hot, not super cold, but warm water is the best. And I also read that when you are done using your beauty blender, you always want to leave it out dry, because if you put it back in that little container,
Mold.
Exactly. It's going to get infected with mold and all kinds of stuff.
So this like little thing that the beauty blender comes in, the holder, if you leave it like this when you're done, it won't go the whole way down, if you can see, like that. But when it dries, it'll bloop, plop the whole way down once it's dry. So that's a good way to dry it.
Exactly. Perfect. All right. Now I usually start with my brows next. And I'm going to pull out this is Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't know which one this is. Not really sure. Not really sure which one it is.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
I go in with my concealer next because my brows have to be last.
Yeah.
But I always do my T-zone. And for anybody who's not familiar with what that is, totally fine, because neither was I forever.
Yeah.
But it's just literally like a T on your face. So I do my forehead, under my eyes, my nose, and my Cupid's bow.
And I just start by using the spoolie side, and I just brush my eyebrows up and get them in the kind of the shape that I'm looking to go for that day, which is arched with a, you know what I mean? I need I need them arched and pointed, look like I'm angry all the time. That's the goal.
Keep people away.
Exactly.
Yep. And so that's what I do. I don't put any on my chin. Some people put a little bit on their chin. I don't, because I have more of a defined jawline. So any place that you put, make it lighter, use concealer, anything like that, it's going to pop a little bit more. So if you already have a defined jawline, you don't really have to put any concealer or anything there. If you have a smaller chin, it helps to put a little bit of the concealer and brighten it up a little bit.
Yeah. So for my eyebrows, I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Taupe. Taupe. This is my favorite, my go-to. And what I'll do is I always dip in the jar at first and then get it together on the lid. And so mine used to get like so old and like ruined, and I learned that if you just drop a little bit of like an oil or a serum, just one tiny drop in the top, and kind of play around with that in the lid to like really rejuvenate, it'll be perfect and brand new. So that's what I do. I just kind of mush it around to make sure that it's all really blended out and blended together. And then I go in. And
you can do that with like any type of paste makeup. You can go in with a little bit of like serum just to give it a little more life. I let my concealer sit just for like a minute, just to make it a little bit more tacky. And then I go back in with my beauty blender. I use the opposite side. And when I go under my eyes, I look up just so, you know, those wrinkles, girl. You know what I mean?
Those wrinkles, girl.
Yeah. Gotta get in there.
So then what I do is I start forming the shape of my eyebrow. And I always go a little bit heavier, because then I clean it up with concealer. And really I'll start with the top and kind of create an arch. Then I'll go to the bottom and connect those pieces, and then just start doing hair-like strokes the entire length of my eyebrow to really fill it in, to make sure that that's the right, you know, shape that I'm going for. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can do it messy and then always clean it up with concealer.
Now, the next thing that I do after my concealer is all like blended in. I go with my setting powder, and I use Lancome. It's just their translucent powder. I give it a little shakeroo, and then It's going to be a lot. I mean, there's going to be a lot in the top.
Yes.
Obviously, you don't use that much. And then I use the Morphe by Jaclyn Hill JH02. Big, like, poofy blush brush, I guess. And I get some on my brush and then put it in the lid, just like Cait did with her, like, cleaning it up on the lid. That's what I do here.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of dab it out and go all over.
Then I really, this part of your eyebrow for me is always the most difficult, like right here and right here, because you don't want it to look super, super boxy. I mean, this is my natural hair color. This is my natural eyebrow. So like, it's really hard to try to make eyebrows that look nice, natural, and normal, and not so boxy. I had really boxy eyebrows for a really, really long time until I started, I forget which tutorial it was, but I started watching, and they just, right here, just went in super, super light-handed with hair-like strokes on top of the hairs that are already there and already going up in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like eyebrows are ever changing.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it was like in at one point for us to have this little like check mark,
oh my
like
God,
how
yes.
you doing little eyebrows,
Yeah.
and it's like now, ooh.
Yeah, the upside down Nike symbol.
Yes.
Yes,
that's
had
what
that
it was.
forever. So harsh, not blended, it was
terrible.
I know. I had to like go back on social media and like untag myself.
I
You
know
know what
everything.
I mean?
Delete photos. Just like,
Exactly.
you know, delete that part of my life.
Exactly. Pretend like it never actually happened.
Yep.
That's the goal, you know?
So that's what I do with my setting powder. And there's a difference a little bit. Some people use setting powder as a baking powder.
Mm-hmm.
But there is like two different things. There's a setting powder and there's a baking powder. Cait, I always use these Q-tips, and I like to go into like the corner of my eyes because, like, you know, you can get like gunk and whatever build up
right.
throughout the day. Just like I get all my makeup out that was there.
Let me find the brush that I use.
So for baking powder, I was really trying to get the one Cait got. I didn't get it in time, but I use the Makeup Revolution translucent powder, baking powder. For my baking powder, and then I bake the out of my face.
That's right. And I'm gonna go ahead and go in and clean up my eyebrows. This eyebrow is not working with me today. She's having a moment. She's being a diva, and she's not here for it.
And she's being rude.
She's just being really rude. But I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up, and I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer. Well, it's the More Than Concealer. And this is in the shade 340 Fawn.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds all nice and classy.
Mm-hmm.
Like us.
Exactly. Classy lady.
Classy. I just take my baking powder, and everywhere that I put my concealer before, so right in that T-zone, I go back. I can't even look at myself right now. I can't.
It's the worst. It's so different when you do it yourself. You're so used to it, but knowing that like people are gonna see this.
I'm just like, sorry.
I know. Sorry, this is what we actually do.
Yeah, and what we actually look like. But I saw a meme one time, and it was like, nobody knows what you look like better than the gas station right by your house.
Listen,
Come on.
there's a Charlie's, which is like a gas station across the street from my house, and they don't even recognize me when I go in.
Sorry, Charlie.
I know. When I go in there, when I'm not like beat to the gods like normal, and when I'm like full blown, like, is she okay?
Yeah, or
You know what I mean?
really
Is
sick?
she all right? They really don't even recognize me. It's crazy.
I saw a couple people from high school yesterday at my kid's like skateboarding event. Haven't seen them since high school, and they were like, "We didn't even recognize you." I was like, "Thank you."
The goal.
You could just the goal, number one, and number two, you could just tell me I was ridiculous looking in high school. Thank you. But I do bake. The longer you keep it on, the lighter it's going to be. This shirt, guys, sorry. I didn't realize that it would continuously fall down. But while it's baking, I go in, I take a Q-tip, get all the stuff, the foundation off my lips and then off my eyebrows.
This lighting has me like...
That's the other thing. We still have the busted ass light.
Yeah.
You know.
Listen, but look at this upgrade.
Come on.
Guys, give us props.
Yeah, for real.
Give us props.
So like parts like this, you can edit out, like the quiet parts, or what?
Yeah.
Or speed them up, right?
Yeah, you can speed them up.
Speed up the quiet parts.
Poor
'cause
Christmas.
We're at. I know. I'm sorry. We're at 21 minutes 49 seconds.
Holy shit.
I know. We gotta move it.
All right, we will. Okay. And I have to say that this usually takes me about 20-25 minutes in the morning. Obviously, it's going to take more now because I'm talking through and explaining everything I'm doing. I don't normally talk to myself in the morning while I'm doing this, and I actually don't want anyone else to talk to me either.
Yeah, for real.
You better stay away.
Unless your name's Coffee.
Exactly. And even then, I'm like, girl,
Not today.
not ever. Don't ever talk to me in the morning. I'm vicious.
Nasty.
All right, so I think that's as good as my brows are gonna get. That's what we got going on today. So next I'm gonna jump right into my eyeshadow. I've really been loving this Tati Beauty palette for the matte and the sequin shades, and the last couple days I've been using them in my daily routine, and I am so happy with them. I don't know if you guys saw that on our Instagram story, shameless plug, at graceandcaitgetcaked on Insta. Okay?
Yep, come on, follow.
Yeah, like all of our stuff and
Like,
follow us.
share,
Yeah.
come on.
And I'm gonna go into the Aura line in the matte.
Now, I just remembered that I'm doing this on camera, and I lick the end of my Q-tip before I wipe the stuff off my eyebrows.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't you?
Okay.
I
I
do
didn't
that
think
all the
people
time.
think that's gross, but like the thing is like, again, bougie on a budget.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I do that all the time. I'm super weird. And I'm just gonna pack that all over the lid to really set what I got going on.
Mm-hmm.
And you can speed all of this up.
Yeah, speed the fuck out of it.
Bazinga! I'm like nervous because this usually isn't, I don't know what I would. Usually I do my whole face. I don't know why I got into this and why I wouldn't set my concealer first. I don't know if I'm okay. I'm going to start that right after. Okay. So I lied.
She fib to you.
I lied. So usually after I do my eyebrows, I go into my concealer, and I usually set my whole face and have that done before I start with my eyes. I think it's just because it's the first time I know that the world's going to see me looking like a naked mole rat.
Nude.
Yeah.
Looking nude.
Exactly. So I highlight under my eyes. I do right here on my lip. And like Grace was talking about, I do my chin because I really want to create dimension. So I'm going to highlight the higher points of my face. Grace is very blessed with like a slender face and a nice defined jaw. I have to create that for myself. So I go under my eyes. I highlight really heavily too. So this is going to be fun to watch.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, I was using Tarte Shape Tape. We are going to post everything underneath what we were using.
Yeah.
But I was using the Tarte Shape Tape. I'm now using the Urban Decay because now that you can see, it's a little bit not like the eyebrows are missing anymore. I got the gunk off of them, the foundation. I use the Urban Decay Brow Blade, and there's two sides. There's a waterproof pencil side, and there's an ink stain. I use the ink stain side of it because it's like a felt tip, and you can make it look like real hair strokes. And I'm going to be using my pineapple mirror for this.
Yes, girl. Come on, pineapple.
Come on.
So usually I use Tarte Shape Tape. This, but I'm like almost totally out of it. I mean, if you look closely, you can see like the scrapes on the inside.
Like some payday's coming up.
Payday's coming up. So I'll restore. But this is a really great dupe. So it's the same one, the L'Oreal Infallible. It's a good dupe for if you want full coverage concealer on a budget. And same with Grace, I let that kind of hang out for a minute or two, and then I start going in. I always start under my eye. Like I said, like I was talking about, make sure you blend up.
I like all of a sudden when I start doing my eyebrows every single day, I'm like can't stop shaking.
I know. It's because we're getting old too. It's so
It is
upsetting.
true. Yeah, that's true. So can you see this eyebrow? It's pretty much the same shape. I go a little bit outside the line just to make it look a little bit more like real feathery and things like that. So, but that's all I have to do with this felt tip pencil.
Okay. And when I first started highlighting, contouring, getting that whole kind of thing going, I was told to use a concealer that is 2 shades lighter than your skin tone and a contour that's 2 shades darker. So this is about 2 shades lighter than my actual skin tone, so I can really brighten up the under eye and look way more awake than I actually am, because I'm never awake. And then I'll blend down the nose and just kind of make sure that that's all really seamless together. For when I do blend under my eye, I use the pointed side, and then to make sure that this is blended nicely, I use the side that I was blending my foundation with, to really make sure that that's all blended as nicely and seamlessly as possible. Because there was a time when I would just, and I would look so crazy. People tell me I do my makeup like a drag queen now. They should have seen me before.
Girl, same. I had somebody, like, we had a event at work, and it was like a volleyball event, and I came obviously full glam, and they were like, but we're playing volleyball. I'm like,
okay,
yeah, and don't
Okay.
care. Like, come on. So those are my brows. That's all I do, and then I go back in with my big poofy brush, and I wipe off, like, from the inside out again. I wipe off my baking powder. And everybody's routine's a little bit different. So me and Cait might be a little bit different. And it's okay. We're just trying to show you, like, how we do it. And what's best for you, you do.
Exactly. And I think that's the cool thing about our channel, is that we have 2 different techniques, 2 different face shapes, 2 different skin types. So when we do any kind of review tutorial, you're going to get 2 varying opinions, because we have different things that we need to look for.
Yep.
Exactly.
And get done and cover up.
Yeah. But the one thing that we are the same in, full glam, full beat
Cake.
all day.
Cake.
Exactly. And to bake, I use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the shade Pound Cake. And just so you know, this has a scent to it. It's super light, but it does.
It does.
It has a scent. Usually, I don't like a whole lot of fragrance in my makeup or my products. But this one is really, like, it reminds me of my Nana's bathroom for some reason. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it just smells like, it smells really, really good. The only thing that I don't like is she has this weird netting right here. Girl, I use a lot.
Yeah, come on.
Take this off and let me dump so I can get into it.
Yep. So when you're supposed to use 2 shades darker, I went to Marshall's. I wanted to get a new bronzer to, like, contour with, and the only shade they had was mahogany. Anastasia Beverly Hills had mahogany, which is really dark for my skin tone. It's a beautiful color, but it's just really dark for me. Using it anyway because I bought it and it was $13.99 at Marshall's. Okay.
Show them the color. Show them.
Here's the color. Okay. So that's like 15 shades darker than my skin tone. It's a beautiful color.
Absolutely.
I would use it.
Super rich and stunning.
Oh my God. I would use it for an eyeshadow even or something like that. But I still use it to contour. If you have lighter skin, if you have darker skin, this is going to be perfect for you. My sister-in-law, this would be perfect for her. She's like blessed with a beautiful skin tone. But it just doesn't really suit me right now. But what I do is I press in it and then I kind of tap it off right now on my jeans because they need to be washed anyway. And I start right by my ear. You always want to start back because you can't blend it out if you start in the middle of your face.
Right.
It's going to ruin the entire thing. And who has time for that? Not us.
Not us.
Nope.
Never.
So I go right on my cheekbone. They always say like you can go from like the corner of your mouth with your brush and go like that. Right now I'm also using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH04. Came in a set. It was on sale.
She knew I was going to be like, okay, girl.
Yeah, okay. It was on sale. So I literally have a hard I have a hard time buying anything that's not on sale. But I love the bougie products, so it's like so hard.
I know.
But
all right, so now what I'm actually going to do. While I let this bake, on the back of the Huda, on the back of it, it says let bake for 3 to 5 minutes. So this is when I would go in and do my eyeshadow. Again, really lightly in that Aura shade in the matte and just kind of set my whole lid.
I go up by my hairline, so I really follow my hairline on my forehead. If you have a small forehead, you don't need to really do a whole lot of that because it'll make it look smaller. I heard one time there's like the white clothing, black clothing analogy. If you wear black clothing, it's slimming.
Yes.
So if you wear white clothing, you stand out a little bit more. So anywhere that you want to look smaller, you want to put your contour a little bit darker. So I go up on my forehead. I don't think I have like a huge forehead, but I do like to go up there, and I don't do a whole lot on my chin again because I have the defined jawline.
Yeah. I contour the shit out of my chin. And I'm just going to go in with my finger on my ring finger and the Aura in the metallic and just plop that right on my lid.
Now, after I do my contour, like my dark contour, I go in with Physicians Formula, which I get at like Walmart because they have it at CVS too, but it's $2 more at CVS.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Exactly. So I go to Walmart. I get just a nice little bronzer from Physicians Formula. I really love their product. This one's just called Bronze Booster, and it's in the color light to medium. And I just put that right over where I did my dark contour.
Right.
Don't forget to come down on your neck, though.
Girl, I can't. It was so bad. Then I'm going to take the same brush that I did in our original video, the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I found out it actually came in the Norvina palette, which is my favorite ABH palette that they've put out. Really lightly into Soothe. And I'm just going to
fall out.
Exactly. And I'm just going to plop that right into my crease. This is so blendable. It's, oh my God, I love this palette. I really do. This is perfect for my everyday look.
Next thing I'm going to do on my face is another Physicians Formula blush, and it's called Blushing Rose. And again, I think it has great pigment. It lasts a super duper long time, and it's a nice size for blush because I could buy blush that's like super small, like a quarter size, and pay like $40. Or I could use Physicians Formula and go in, and I think it has like a good pigment. Now, the smaller one that's more expensive is going to have a better pigment. That's for sure. There goes my shirt. But I kind of skimp out a little bit on that and just use this, and I think it works fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. So I just put that in the crease, and all I do to blend that out is I pop it right here in the corner, and then I just windshield wiper and blend that color seamlessly.
I got this palette in a Birchbox. It's called Violet Voss Cosmetics.
I've heard of them.
I didn't hear of them before this. It's called the Essentials palette. And I think I just spit a little bit, but it's okay. And that's the palette right there. I really like it. I think it's pretty.
That's so pretty.
Their matte black is also super strong. Which we were talking about the other day. It's like difficult to do.
Yeah.
I go in with a very light color, with hey, there's a lot of fallout there, but, it is super pigmented, and I just go all over my whole lid to brighten me up.
And then on my brow bone, I'm going again into the Tati Beauty palette. This whole eyeshadow look is from the Tati Beauty palette, and I just use the Aura in the sequin shade. And I just pop that right under. I'm using a Wet n Wild brush. I don't know. It's not like numbered or anything, but it's Wet n Wild. And if you see the tip, it's super, like it's a very short brush. And this is
hand thing. Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
Now you can see it.
Bam.
Hello.
Bam. Bam. She's perfect for those little tiny places that the placement is so important. Because it's just so important when you're dealing with anything close to your eyebrows, because eyebrows are the nipple of the face. It is important.
Hey, I know that's right. I'm going in. That, by the way, was the Morphe M513
She's so annoying.
for my all over shadow. And then the Morphe M431. I'm going in with Dusty Rose.
And to wipe off my bake, I'm using my Real Techniques. It's the RT400 brush. This is their blush brush. I'm not a big blush wearer. I will use it on occasion. Definitely in the fall and the winter months that are colder and I want to bring some like life back to my face. But in the spring, summer, honey, I want to be all bronze. I don't want any redness. I don't want any kind of like tint. I know it looks beautiful. And when I've had my makeup done, it looks stunning. I'm not a big blush person. So I just take this and do quick flicking motions to really get that off and set. It's already been sitting in my face, so I don't need to press it in. I just need to flick it off.
There's another shade in here just called Pink, and it's a beautiful pink with like a little metallic in it, and I just pop that in my corners and underneath on my bottom lash line just to brighten me up.
Yeah. And I don't know if you're like me, but so I have super, super dry skin, but I get oily right here, and my foundation always creases in these oily parts on my face. So I always make sure, if you watch me do my baking, I set in there really heavily. And if you don't wipe that out, it cracks. It cracks so hard. So I really make sure that I get that. And that's when you do the like, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go in and I'm not even going to contour really. I'm just going to kind of contour with my bronzer. I use the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess in the shade 01 Light. I vary between this brush and this brush. This is like some kind of, I don't know what this is, but it was given to me by my girl Gina. Shout out to Gina in an Ipsy bag. This one is a little bit more direct. So I'll just go right in from the top of my ear. I can't say. All right.
So, I feel cute.
You should feel cute. You look cute
in this headband.
I pull that back, up, and then I start really kind of pulling that up. And I go up in my forehead. I feel the same way that Grace does. I really don't have that big of a forehead, but I like to do like a 3 moment.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
3.
Yeah, that's super old school, but here we are.
Yeah. Old school, bringing it new school. So are we going to take these off?
When?
For the next video, or are we keeping them on?
Yeah, no, the next video we're taking them off.
Okay.
Then this is the part that Grace really doesn't have to do, but I do. Girl, I cut this jaw. So I'll start here, cut down. Start here, cut down. And then the whole
bringing the fug over.
Down the neck, girl.
You know what makes me laugh so hard? I breathe so heavy too when I do my makeup.
I do so heavy.
And like for real,
I breathe so heavy because I'm rushing. Because
yes.
I woke up late. My coffee, I'm starting this without my coffee.
Yep.
I'm having a moment. It's been a day already. It's like 6 a.m. and it's been a day.
It's been a day.
Blend all the way down your neck. All right, and then ever so lightly, I will take, this is an Eco Tools brush. I go right back into that bronzer and I just draw a line right here and a line right here. Super, super lightly because I don't want to be super, super snatched. Like I said, this is just every day. This is what I'm doing every day. So ever so lightly, I'll trace a line and then I just go right into my fingers and blend it out.
Exactly. Like sometimes I do that if I'm like going to an event or something like that, but I'm not doing that today.
Yeah. And then I'll go back in with this setting or the brush that I use for the setting powder and I'll just kind of do a little run on top just to make sure it's blended the way that I like it to look. Hey guys, we are back. So we just added our eyeliner, some mascara, our highlight. I don't know if you can catch that. everything, a full beat. So this is our like every day when we wake up in the morning and our eyes aren't even open because we're exhausted.
Tired.
Exactly.
All the time.
All the time, forever tired.
Yep.
So this is our full look on, you know, what we're wearing every day. So let us know if you like it, if you want more like this, what else you would like to see. But like, subscribe, hit the bell button so you are notified when we upload.
Because who wouldn't want to see our videos all the time?
Clearly.
And follow us too on Instagram. Grace and Cait get caked.
Oh, all right. Thanks so much for watching this. We really appreciate it, and we will see you guys soon.
Bye.